Let's hope everything's working. Welcome. Happy New Year. Is it a Happy New Year? Look at this. This is the crazy hair. We've got Leo energy coming through. So, we've got the crazy hair going on. The cards are pulled, and I thought I'd have a quick hello. Giggle, please remind me. I left my phone in the bathroom. Giggle lost her keys, and she was going crazy looking for the things. And as I've left to come live, I'm like, literally, I'm going to forget where the phone is. It's in the bathroom. So, if you try to call me, at least I'll know where it is. Anywho, how have we all been? Number one, some of you might have been experiencing headaches, depending on where your placements are from an ascension point of view. Your base chakra as well might be coming through. That can be for the feminines, heavy cycles during the month, headaches for Geminis and Virgos, and any of us that do have Virgo in the 12th house. Because of Mercury retrograde, we do have planets going direct this month. So it's the first week of the month is almost, you tend to find we're dragging 2022 with us. So, going through Christmas and New Year's for Twin Flames, point blank zero is emotional, and we have to face our shadow. The cards I have pulled, similar energy. It is going to ease up, but at the moment we're very disillusioned for many of us, very unsure. Yeah, very Leo, right? And I should ask you guys, for those of you that haven't joined our membership, you should come through, because most of the silly season we were communicating with the members. We were talking about astrology placements, potential ascension symptoms we can get moving into 2023, and major situations that are going to be hitting us at a personal level. We do have the booking calendar open now, and we also are going to be having a lot of freebies that are coming through in 2023. I'm getting a lot of the education content ready. It's going to take me a good 6 months to build it out, but it will start being released. I would say I'm going to try and get ahead between January and February, and then from February onwards, I'm going to be recording and sharing it to the top tier level members. So what we have been sharing is that Lilith will be moving into what placement? Who remembers? Who of the members in the house remember where I said it's moving? I'm pretty sure it's moving into Leo. Yes, it's moving into Leo on the 8th of January 2023. And Lilith is a very interesting energy. It could come through in two ways. For divine feminines, one way it can play out is we can feel like our heart is broken and we're going to seek revenge. And, it can be healthy boundaries and, our funky side of things and how we show up in the world. Maybe if it wasn't accepted that we can, I'm telling you, we're definitely going to have females up in the media. That is for sure. Heart chakra also. We did talk about a particular individual that is a sports hero that had a collapsing on the field because we have the Leo energy there. It can act a little bit like an eclipse, especially because we have so many Mars placements at the moment in retrograde. Mars retrograde in Gemini. That will be going direct shortly. I'll tell you the dates and we'll get into the ascension. So, number one, Mars will move direct on the 12th. Masculine's energy also will move direct. Okay, it'll be shadow direct, and it's still going to remain in Gemini for a little bit more. So, it's not going away. If anything, it means as it moves direct, we're going to have more energy. The problem with Mars going direct in Gemini is confusion as to what choice to make. It's a little bit like you're going to a smorgasbord and you're trying to decide. And, as we move into 2023 or any new year for, that factor, we're trying to make very firm decisions. You can feel more playful. You can feel more optimistic, and you need to still be very cautious with your decision making, but very direct. So one example I could give you is by making choices in your own life or relating to the twin flame path is we need to not be super codependent, super needy on the energy, especially when communication comes in, because it's still going to be a little bit flighty in choices. And spiritually, what I was seeing coming through, especially because I do pre-release the content to the members ahead of the crowd, and then it comes to you guys the week of that energy. So if you want to get those, you can jump through and go to the members And we already will be having, I think it's by Sunday, we'll have week 3 out. So if you want to get those ahead so you know to be prepared, we have them there. But one synchronistic event I have seen is the emotions changing. The masculine's really seeing that this is a connection, but at the moment quite perplexed. So Mars going direct, it would literally need to be where you physically know what you are aiming towards in a goal sense and trying to not get sidetracked, because you can get sidetracked. The other factor is Mercury will be going direct as of the 18th in Capricorn. Those of you who are Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, I would definitely say Libra and Aries, there can be some situations going on for you guys, and Aquarius. There's big changes for you guys this year. So Mercury going direct, you could have more movement. We do have some quincunxes happening today, so that's a bit problematic. The other thing is Uranus is going direct the 22nd. What we can see is potentially with Uranus and Taurus going direct, a week before, we could see funky weather. We might see subjects to do with the internet. So there has been quite a few placements really that have related to the internet, technology, Mars retrograde in Gemini, technology, making sure your passwords are done, making sure that you are secure online, your home security as well, especially later when Mars moves, we will be focusing on that quite a bit. The other thing is with your food, eat light. You're going to eat very heavy at the moment. You're going to be stuffing your face senseless. It could cause blockages in the base chakra, so a lot of fluid moving into Uranus and Taurus going direct. And sudden changes can happen, and that's really going to move over to February. I have heard a lot of astrologers saying February's pretty chill. February's your one opportunity where every bloody planet is direct. So for you in your ascension, in your energy, could there be anxiousness and frustration in the first week? Yes, I would say so. It can ease up, but it's the one opportunity you do have to get your bearings and to get your foundation so that we can move forward to that next stage. And March is very changeable because the planet's moving. Pluto is moving, Saturn is moving. So it's almost like there's no rest for the wicked, right? It's like right into it. We're very energetically trying to gain some clarity at the moment in our love lives, in our twin flame path. We're looking at it and going, okay, we saw over Christmas, New Year's, moving into the first week, there was purgatory energy. In the detachment in twin flame path always looks like disillusionment. It generally looks like, well, I failed. It hasn't worked. I'll just give up. Maybe there's some things that I need to address. Now, for some, especially the energy of Aquarius and Leo, you guys at the moment will be going through changes in Cancer and Capricorn because you're the shadow sign to each other. You guys are going to have revelations in your own lives at the moment of where you need to address something. And whatever that is, it is very separate to your twin flame path, but it's usually where we're holding the torch and we're waiting just in case we need to be. It's a bit like needing to be on the chessboard at the correct location. And sometimes subconsciously we don't even know this. So we get this point where we feel, oh, I just won't address that because what if twin comes back, then I won't be in alignment. It depends on very much what is going on with you and how that's landing. So the ribbon cast that we have for the read, typical. I don't know why I'm hearing the song, The Only Way Is Up. The only way is up. We're going to dig ourselves out of this metaphorical grave. You know, we have to. We're trying to be authentic. It's authenticity moving forward. I think what masculine and feminine really are wanting in the twin flame path is transparency, is communication. Hi, Cha. Getting to a stage where we're trying to be honest with ourselves, but at the same time, a lot of times in the early stages, we can be saying, why am I loving this person if they don't love me? But you don't know that. You haven't heard it from their lips. So, it's presumptuous. But again, it's free of charge and it's a feeling you're having and you have to honor what you feel. You can't ignore that. So being authentic to yourself of what is correct. Nothing is ever wrong. It is more to do with, we have decisions every day, Lisa. You know that. It's like, oh, what do I wear today? What career do I need to do? You know, Giggle shared something with me, I think it was yesterday before her phone cut out. She's really having fun with phones. Is that, you know, this lady was putting a post up and it was bad relationships, no. Bad job, move, do something about it. This is with Jupiter and Aries. We have around 6 months. The nodes will shift there. So whatever subject matters are coming up with Jupiter, it's going to come back up when the nodes shift, and it'll be there for about 18 months. So yes, you know, from an astrological point of view inside our own lives, you know, it's going from the 12th house to the first house of you. It's like, what are you going to do? What is authentic to you? So if you're in a crappy job and you're sitting there going, you know, I have to, Aquarius next month and this month is like, how does this affect the group? Could it be your family? Could it be your kids? Could it be, you know, your employment industry you're in and how it's directly affecting us? We are going to be using technology in some shape or form to do things, but it's how the technological world and our lives is being transformed, and we are placing ourselves in the map in a, what would the word be? More effective manner. So we're meditating upon these things at the moment. So could it be career? Could it be home? Could it be, well, sod this, I'm going on a dating site? But it's choices that we're faced with. And we all have choices. A lot of times when we are giving our power away, we're feeling they're the only ones that have choices. And it's actually not, because we're making choices every day. So the ruin cast. So we're wanting authenticity, okay? But we're in authenticity, shadow work, right? We have to sit there and say, hey, what do we want? Mars, this ruin cast relates to. Crow, which does make sense because a lot of the placement, especially Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, it's very Pluto-like. There's a lot of conjunctions happening to Pluto at the moment, which is currently in the South Node, which means what do we let go of? I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were saying, right, I'm changing my image. I want to change my hair. I want to change my image. Something isn't resonating with me. I want to clean my house out. I want to get rid of things that aren't working. You know, getting down to the grit. Some of you could be cleaning like freaks, I'm telling you, or finding things that you just didn't know were there. How many of you have been doing that? Have you been spring cleaning? I mean, I called post-Christmas my house exorcism, okay? And come into the new year, same thing, house exorcism and clearing, because to be organized, Saturn placements are like, how can you time manage your life? And I mean, those of us that are parents, for instance, in the younger years, you have to be. So it could be your makeup routine. It could be your daily routine in the morning. You're having to be more effective at it. And Libras at the moment, for instance, you know, they did have health aspects for quite a while with the placements of where the astrology was. It can come up again, but you'll have more success this year, but you'll have to. You could run into burnout, so you will have to be very structured and very good with your time and healthy boundaries. Okay, so the planet at the moment that is coming up is Mars, which is our vitality. If you felt tired and you're like, I've got ambition, I have passion, Mars retrograde can ruin your libido, okay? You can be nonchalant, you can go into gluttony, you're just tired. Mercury retrograde is going to make that even worse. So you have maybe ambition and drive, but the body ain't working with you. It's like, no, I'm too tired, I can't be sorted. So thank goodness it goes direct. Constellation Libra, which the shadow sign of Aries is Libra. So yes, when it comes to our relationships, our connections, we're wanting to get things done. We're wanting to have some contacts. We don't want to be at this fight and flight. We don't want to be knocking our heads against the wall. We're trying to be honest. You know, communication can be getting lost in translation. It's like, no, but this is, you know, it's almost like sometimes we're having a conversation with a wound. So if you're talking to your twin and you've said something, you didn't mean anything. harsh by it. You're just making a statement, but they can't see your point of view. It's because sometimes we have to live that point of view. So we can be taking offense to everything that's said. We can be very, some of these things can be very good things as well. It can be like honest conversations. I shared a song with my twin, and I shared it in the members as well. And it was a point in my life of where this song to me meant the baggage that I was carrying. And the baggage that I, unbeknownst to me, was not aware of, was directly impacting my entire life. It was, the dark horse, dragging that horse around. So I feel at the moment, especially from the cards, a lot of us are dragging these horses around. And it's like, okay, what do we need to face? And, many people and readers are going to tell you this year, we will have to move beyond the wound. It's almost like a non-choice at this point. Many of you generally in the twin flame path will go through that energy shift the year before, and then the collective does. So a lot of subjects to do with therapy will come up. A lot of, people may decide to do something, do shadow work, go to shamans, go to counselors or therapists, because Aries and Chiron is there and Jupiter's expanding it. So if you're finding it's affecting every facet of your life due to circumstances that you had in your past, and you have that revelation and you sit back and go, are you taking those jobs? Or are you staying stagnant in a job for fear of what could happen that has maybe happened to you in previous years? Because stagnancy is generally coming from a belief system that it's the only safe space. It's not the only one. Color, red, day, Tuesday, Mars, Libra, Crow, which is very psychic in nature. It's what do we need to end in order to have a new beginning, being really authentic to do with this. Is it a wound? Is it a fair-based frequency? Okay, victory, honor, justice, law, balance, self-sacrifice, righteousness. Hi, Dale. Magical equilibrium, selflessness, spiritual purity. Paralysis, it's not in reverse, but we do dip into it emotionally when we're exhausted. Okay, so never think that you're going backwards. We all have our days, and break it down. Say to yourself, okay, am I physically exhausted today? Am I feeling down? Have I been feeling a depression for months? That's different. Has it been something that's just come in? Are you tired? Have you been eating? Have you been working too hard? What now do you need to do to give to your own cup? Just for a minute. And sometimes it means just going to bed. Go to bed, deal with the drama tomorrow, and generally you will feel a lot better. But use your energy correctly until Mars goes direct as of the 12th. Okay, paralysis, lack of commitment, impotency. It's like, what do I do? Where do I go? Yeah, no. Well, I think the coffee martinis really messed me up. New Year's Eve, didn't expect to have anyone turn up, and my beautiful Leo sister turned up. We had all been working together as a team. She moved. I've been through that. She's always been there for me. Gave her a hand, and she had us to spend New Year's Eve with. We were just going to go to bed. And so we went to the coffee martinis. I do not promote alcohol. And I also knew, away from the transits, it's the end of this month. Don't be doing that. Definitely. I'm on a detox at the moment. We did move it to the idea of what Giggle suggested, which was a chocolate martini for the cabaret. Okay, so I made those for her, and she had a very beautiful sleep. I made pancakes in the morning with her kids. But we could not sleep. We saw the new year in together, and twin went to bed. The caffeine hit us. Okay, so another important aspect is revealed in this ruin cast, where we are told the most famous exploits in which he had his right hand bitten off and Greg. Okay, we need to get the... I think this is to do with Mars, the planet of war. Let me read. Selfless act of sacrifice to protect the gods. Self-sacrifice, justice, military honor. It promises victory in the sense of justice be done. It calls upon us to be honourable, courageous and loyal to whatever cause we are involved in, even if it involves a degree of self-sacrifice. I mean, to get our goals done this year, Saturn is going to mean time and hard work. Jupiter is going to give you the opportunity. Jupiter sort of comes along, and it's also the marriage energy. Okay, so especially being in the place of self, we're marrying ourselves, being open, and that is the union energy for both parties to actually, be a whole person. So masculines this year, it's going to happen very quickly. Meeting thyself, okay, meeting their true self, having revelations about what their needs are. And trust me, once their ascension process goes over that edge, it moves bloody quick. And then you say to yourself, oh crap, am I ready? Because you fall in love with, you don't know this, you fall in love with the imagery of the, it's almost like that trauma energy you get so used to. So you just presume it's going to be like that forever. And when it doesn't, you're like, heck, okay, have I done all the work I needed to do? Anywho, let's get into the read. Yeah, I had a panic attack. I was like, crap, this one's moving quicker than I did. So what are we moving away from? I'm going to chuck the cards on the screen, as well as I will pop back and forward so you can see my head. Because apparently you guys like seeing my head. I don't know why. It ain't that great. I'm telling you. Let's get these up on the screen. Where is we? Is it going to go on the screen? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to close up. Crowding energy, authenticity. Okay, I mean, these cards literally look like the planet of war. We've got, so synchronistically, these ones, both of you are doing the shadow work relating to where is my happiness. Okay, where is my happiness? Where is it? When you find where your happiness is not, you find where your happiness is. And so can it be a little bit self-centered? It needs to be what you desire, what your needs are, and to just say to yourself, okay, it's okay that I want that. It's okay that I need that. There is a difference between a want and a need. And I do recall years ago, Twin said something to me, and it was upon our reconciliation, and he said, that I said to him, I don't need you, I want you. And he looked at me like this. And I said, no, there's a difference. I don't need you like you're a roof over my head. I want you. That's a difference. Need is more codependent. It's like, okay, we need water or we will probably die. We need an element of food. We could probably go quite a while without it, but we do need an element of food and shelter. We don't need, we need people in society to work together as teams. You got a rotten tooth. Apparently you want to go off the grid. You need a dental practitioner. Okay, so we do need people for certain things, but it shouldn't be a codependent need. The only reason I need you is because you're my bank. The only reason I need you is because I want to have children, or I don't want to grow. I don't need that person. I want that person. Do we get the gist? So, authenticity, having to look at our shadow and say, okay, what we're wanting is authentic connections. Have we had difficult connections? Yes, and it's interesting that Mercury's retrograde in Capricorn, because when we did have the Pluto energy in Capricorn, it was changing those traditional roles. First waves are here to change the traditional roles of modern connections. So it usually can come about of an age difference, or it could be a religious background. You come from different religious backgrounds. Very common, or they can be real taboo subjects in the way your connection came about. So you're looking to the past at the moment and you're thinking, look, I don't know. I mean, are there insecurities coming up in Divine Feminine's life? There is a potential, but it could be more towards the factor of, am I attractive enough? Do I need to lose weight? Is there something I need to do to get my vibe going? Do I feel I'm in competition with other people? Are they loving that person more, or are they just doing a role? There is a difference between love and a role. So can jealousy come up? It can, but it's usually because of a little bit of PTSD that's happened and trauma associated to maybe people cheating on us, maybe people lying to us. And again, Mars at the moment in Gemini is we're up in our heads and we're thinking about it. This is where the headaches are going. But are you telling yourself an authentic story, or is it something that you're fearing, that you're not good enough? I always say, and I did say this to the members the other day, especially relating to my Lilith placement, and we had a good chuckle about it. Leo Nix was almost dying on the floor laughing. And she said to me, with Lilith, it can be where we directly get quite vengeful, right? So Lilith is when we have a wound, how do we directly deal with it? Your Lilith will show you how you can respond to it, but the older you get, which I gather it's because I've got Scorpio placements, you get over yourself pretty quick and you can deal with the more taboo element of things, and you understand the realm of life, death, and cycles, and you almost just metaphorically pull the toenail out. So generally, would I go into an emotional point of view and feel sorry for myself? 100%. I'm human. But I would then turn it into alchemy. I would use my wound and I would turn it into a weapon. Lilith. Very Mars-like, but it's the feminine element of the fighter, of the energy point. So you would be saying to yourself, well, if this person is more attractive than me, we'll go deal with that wound that you have. Doesn't mean it is, but at least turn it into something positive. But there can be this competition sense that you're feeling, but it's also even looking at the journey point blank zero and saying, is there a reward at the end of this purging? Is there a reward? Like, do people actually get into union? Yes. And the other thing is, when we say we're doing the work, are they doing the work? Trust me, do you want to feel shitty every day? No, you don't, okay? So everything you're doing, you have to say, if I want my twin to invest in me, well, I bloody invest in me too. Because if I'm not investing in me, I cannot expect anyone else to. If I can't say to myself, if this takes me the rest of my life, I am going to commit to me. If everyone else has bailed out on me, I am not going to quit on myself. I'm going to work on myself because I am the best investment. Because I was born alone and I will die alone, but I will have connections to come with me and I will have people that love me and I will love myself also. Crickets. Any comments? Right. Okay, so there are some fear. In the heart of it, we're worried. We're like, do I trust? Can it be? Facing our shadow, it could be, what if they get married? I remember all these goalposts we have in this bloody twin flame path, and I say this all the time. If you're thinking it, it is a conditioned belief you had from your childhood. Okay, so if of late you've been thinking a couple of these things, I probably could end the whole reading on this. If they get married, it's over. If they fall pregnant, it's over. They're in a karmic relationship, they're always going to do this. Have you? What you're doing is manifesting this in, but it's all it is shadow. Okay? I literally, on my twin flame path, was manifesting every day. I didn't know. I didn't, And so anything that I physically gave attention to, it literally did come to pass. And I was like, you stupid cow. Yeah, did that to you. And it is. The further into your ascension you get, you will find that you can manifest like that. And so your thoughts are going to be so controlled that you will not think that, because you know what's going to bloody happen. You'll be like, I'm not looking at that. You'll feel it. The wound is there. You'll relate to it differently. You're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not believing this. I'm not repeating this story. I'm going to try something new. It's a process of elimination, because psychologically, by facing your fears and saying, okay, why do I believe that this person is going to do X, Y, and Z? Has somebody else done that to me? Have I lived this experience? Could even be that you're looking at their ascension process and you're saying, well, mine took bloody 20 years, so is theirs. No. But that's your belief. If they're in a karmic relationship and you cared for a sick individual and they're caring for somebody, You're marking your experience on theirs, but it won't be the same. But you need to detach. Until you detach, it gets blocked. You are going to get justice. What's justice, though? What would you say would be justice in this mix right now? I'm bloody getting a clarifier on this one. I'm scared to look. I'm scared to look. Where are my cards? I know I have some in here. Some. I got more than some. I wanted the tarot. I did not want. Well, we're just going to have to take what we get. There they are. I'm having a moment, okay? I'm having my bimbo moment. I'm telling you, all the Mars energy is like, okay, what is this? What is this justice to do with? Some of you are dealing with a contract at the moment. Some of you are dealing with something to do with your twins' work is coming up. Some of you are worried a pattern is going to repeat. You're trying to be strong and you're hoping to God they're going to pass a karmic test. You're hoping they're going to give you, you're hoping all this crap's worth it, okay? Yeah, I'm telling you, you're feeling as though this person, you're hoping this person is going to level up and give you justice. It doesn't mean if they don't. Well, I can't say they don't because we all do. We have no choice in twin flame path. It's like, look, you're going to get your ass kicked till you level up. That's the gist of it. Have you had an easy twin flame path? Then don't presume they're having an easy twin flame path because we don't choose it. It happens to us. I didn't want to purge. I didn't want to ascend. I didn't. That's why I got so bloody mad. And I was like, right, let's have a look when the waves of ascension is coming. So I'm prepared because they wouldn't go away until I addressed it. Faced my shadow. It was gross. Felt like going to Hades. So strength. We are going to, like I said, you're going to feel better. There's going to be movement coming from the 12th onwards. And it's going to be staggering. Boom, boom, boom. Moving fast. Unexpected. Don't even freak out if you haven't heard from your twin. It's okay. It's all a process. Each one of you is individual. It doesn't mean that something isn't happening. Let's see. So how is this really going to play out? I'm going to hurry up. Yeah, you're like, is this person going to learn a lesson? How do you know they haven't already? Sometimes closing karmic cycles means that in order to forgive themselves, they close the chapter effectively so that they can be the more honorable version of themselves. So how you think it looks versus how they psychologically think it looks is very different. Do they want to give you justice? Yes. Is there space and quietness and is their demeanor different? Yes. They are having the strength to address this, but pulling things together doesn't take 24 hours. It takes time. So they are pulling this together. In the heart space between the both of you, all through the middle row. I can't speak. All through the middle row. We have healing, unresolved healing, hopes dashed, commitment dashed, and play. Okay, so what is this about? You are presuming this person is not investing in you. This person is directly ending a cycle. Okay? You also emotionally on the ethers are also coming to terms with that too. That is the things in the heart of it that you're not connected to anymore in your own personal lives. It is also the things inside the connection that you went through, that you were looking at, that you felt, well, okay, am I going to? I.e. from the top row in the past position. Is there something that's going to come out of all this hard work and ascension? Yes. But moving through it is when we have time to play. And it's a huge level up. This is a huge attitude shift we're having. Sometimes feminines, it's not that you haven't done the work. It's that this person is closing out a cycle. So having a hobby, having a goal, having something that brings you pleasure in life, you have to find, or you will go crazy. bottom level. I'm going to pull clarifiers through the middle because I do think this is to do with the karmic. Okay. Contentment. No, this person's not happy. This person is with you, but unless we're happy with ourselves, we can't be happy with other people. Does that mean they don't love you? Not at all. Okay, they're having the courage, and I do see this outcome as very positive. I physically see that you're having to, within the non-codependent sector of the situation, it's like if they're not, stroking your ego, making you feel great, you are finding that within yourself. Some of you, like I said, you're like, right, I'm bossing up, I'm feeling good in my skin, I've got a new career, or I'm focusing on my career, I'm focusing on my hopes and dreams, I have a great tribe around me, I want to reconnect and find friends this year, people I resonate with. This is, it's like your light, you don't see your light, they see your light. Even on our darkest days, they see our light, and they're like, oh, this person doesn't take no shit. That's healthy. It is healthy. Are they happy right now? No, they're not. But they're dealing with some sense of an ending cycle. Does it have to be a romantic partner? Not at all. Not at all. They can be physically single and you're looking at them and going, so what the hell's the problem? It's the internal. It's not just the external world that affects us. It is the internal world. Chiron. From the 12th, don't be surprised if they're showing up at your door. Don't be surprised if you get communication and movement or you see different things. At the moment, things you see on social media, don't believe is gospel. Don't. You could see a picture of them and they're like, look and scan the face. Something's hidden. Okay. You may make a statement for those of you that are in communication to this individual of what your needs are. Some of you could regret some of the things you say. Just be careful. It doesn't ruin things. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't ruin things because you guys have a soul contract together. Generally, even with you, when you say shitty things to each other, you're still going to come back. I have not been perfect in my twin flame path. I have been a real cow at times to my poor twin. And he has been a real to me. But where are we today? Okay, white buffalo. There is going to be peace between you. This is like a peace treaty. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. This person is moving. This person is moving towards you. This person is addressing something. But I do think it's going to happen. You're actually coming into their dream state quite a bit. Chuck the chat back up. Let's see. So what is this? Okay, I think some of you, your heart chakra is waking back up. I used to say to myself, I didn't know my heart could grow any further. There also could be an old cycle that's ending or a physical relative transcending. They also could have a relative that is on the other side working with them to try and help them through this emotional process. Both of you want happiness, but both of you are a bit worried about having the happiness. It's like, is it going to be possible? Are we ever going to get our goal? Some of you are worried about the health of your twin. I used to say, are we going to reconcile when we're like geriatrics? Don't manifest it. And look, the bonus is the older you get, all that cliche crap's done. And so it's being, and it's really nice. So don't lose hope. Okay, some of you are working hard to play hard. Some of you are ready to have some fun. Some of you are looking at a house movement. This person is considering living with you. I'll just be perfectly honest with you. They see the end goal. You are more looking at the past in a sense of, I'm not living there no more. They're looking at the future, knowing exactly where they're going. Yeah, exactly. You're doing exactly the same thing, except you're thinking they're not. I mean, I'm hearing the term the final destination. Yeah, you're like, I can't see it. We're so 3D. We may be 5D beings, but where we've moved to is more the masculine element of things. Show me. Be it, do it, see it, show it. Can't see it, don't believe it. You know why that happens is because you get sick of seeing the synchronicities. How many of you are sick of seeing the synchronicities and you want a restraining order? Why am I seeing that for? What synchronicities have you been seeing this week? Has it been the 1-400? Has it been, ones? You probably bump into your twin. Have you been revolting against it? Oh, God, okay. Some of you are worried your twin's going to get married. Some of you are worried that your twin is going to move. But this person's thinking about you, you fools. Okay. Who has been seeing the number synchronicities lately and being resentful towards it? What I'm seeing here is a breakdown of a cycle, okay? I physically see a breakdown and a closing. I do see the pressure this person is feeling. I feel that masculine wants and feels that this, in the old days, it might have been they felt like they can't heal the situation with you, but they also felt they needed to back off because you needed to heal. Yeah, a lot of you are going to be maybe hearing, seeing, viewing. They're going to be coming into your dream state quite a bit. Jealousy through the karmic will be coming through in your shadow stage. That can be coming through in your dream state. It can be a bit pixelated at the moment. Especially if that person has been a very negative energy in your life, that can be really nice coming through in your dream state, or suddenly they can come through almost like they want to hang out and live with you. And you're like, yeah, no. I have been seeing, authenticity, moving forward. There is pace. You're trying to reach pace. Masculines are reaching pace with the past. And that particularly is because a lot of their planets astrologically have been in retrograde, but ours have been direct. So you're like, why aren't you coming, Soldier? Well, because Soldier was meditating upon the past and it was happening to them, for us. Right? And meanwhile, you're like going into the... Oh, I put the bloody card away. You're going into the, they're in bed. They've got a thermometer hanging out of their mouth. They're meditating upon the past, feeling tired and fatigued. And you're going, do you want to go to the disco? And they're like, yeah. I'll find the card. I will find it. What other synchronistically I've been seeing? Okay, numbers and double. What numbers though? So how has your attitude been towards seeing the numbers right now? Are you angry? Are you like, oh? Because I'm telling you, your guides, I do feel psychically, your guides are trying to communicate with you, but you're not listening. You're getting shitty. You're like, oh, what do you want? I don't believe it. Because you become 3D. Congratulations, you're walking a mile in divine masculine shoes. And they're walking a mile in yours right now. They're having psychic attacks. They're actually having, flashbacks. You both do the healing at the same time. All right. You both do the shadow work. Look at this. Masculine and feminine. Where's the other one? Masculine and feminine. Even the outcome. Masculine and feminine. Yeah, so the neutral energy of nonchalant, they will stop when you accept it and you knew. So, for instance, in the initial stages, you will see the numbers. You'll be like, Gaia, give me a sign. You'll start getting signs. You'll feel excited. You'll be having your awakening. And then it'll go to, why are they showing me this? Because it won't just be towards your twin flame path. It can also be a message relating to something that you're not addressing. That's healing. It's not just, the separateness is because we feel separate. The joint connection is you are joint. So if you're feeling something is going on with your masculine, if you were to have one statement today of what you think your masculine's messing up on, chuck it in the chat. For those of you that are new here and you visit this video later, write it down on a piece of paper, then give it half an hour and go back to it and say, this is interesting. Am I doing this in my own power? And I can guarantee you there is something that you are not addressing on your side of the fence because it's actually part of us. Our ascension process and to help them ascend is that we are masculine and feminine. So you're always joint. And once you move that frequency, you literally become whole and you'll see physical movement in the path. So what do I see in the cards? I see that masculines this week are feeling like they do want to lie with God. There could be an apology. There could be something they're trying to, you'll probably, I heard the term weasel their way in, but that's because, again, the wound energy, but be authentic. Don't be angry. Hear the person out. Look at it like a painting from an observation point of view because we're getting triggered. Okay, there's a brand new cycle coming in. It's making us anxious, but there is a brand new cycle coming in. Yeah, we've got to go back to the heart space. Your heart chakra is going to have an activation, but I do think it's moving. But the thing I do see is masculines are going to be coming towards you differently. I do not think they're going to react to you the same way. But if you have your guard up, it could not go as pretty. Last card. Okay, some of you are feeling something's hidden from you. Some of you are feeling something is definitely hidden. And you're worried. Yeah. I'd say for those of you that are more the Mercury energy, and Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, be careful. Those of you with personal planets, be careful. Because I do see it getting a little bit, you don't want to block that. Be open because it's helping both of you. But there's going to be a surprise. But I feel this I do feel, and we talked about this a few years ago. There's cycles that we move into. This is a brand new cycle. It's one we haven't been before. So the runner chaser and things like that. This is a new cycle. It's going to make you level up and ascend very quick. He's not even active on Facebook for days. Well, that just means they're working in the 3D. It doesn't mean they're not on there. They're watchers. Anyone want a super chat? I'm telling you, heart chakra, something's on their heart, but this closing cycle, some of them may stumble. This could go on for about a couple of weeks. It's still going to happen. Okay, so the forgiveness, the clearing of the heart chakra relating to an obligation they have, they're trying to psychologically come to terms with the best way to tackle it. That's about the best way I can describe it. But at the moment, they do want to come towards you. They're wanting to explain to you what's been going on. I don't think they're in that headspace of being like we were. Give me the sign so I can make a decision. I think they're making that themselves. I don't think they need the clarity of that this week from you, if that makes sense. Does anyone want a super chat? So how was our Christmas and New Year? Did we have fun? I felt like I was pressing fast forward, I'm telling you. I was like, let's press fast forward and get out of here. Let's hurry up and move. I was eager to get into 2023. I'm like, right, let's get this done. Let's move. I must be bloody crazy, right? Who wants to jump into a new year knowing the astrology? Hey, giggle. Okay, now I found the cards and I lost them. There they are. lot of clearing at the moment. Oh, thanks, Marie. No drama. Let's see. Oh, that person's daydreaming. Giggle. Your person is daydreaming about you. They're away with the fairies. What bloody hell did you do to them? I swear I lost my twins' glasses. I think I brought them into the office. I haven't found them in 2-3 weeks. I'll find them around here somewhere. They're daydreaming. They're away with the fairies. Okay, some sense of a conversation you had with them, they're thinking on, and I think it's I told you. You know what I'm hearing? Holiday. Madonna. If we took a holiday. Okay, how do they feel? Yeah, like, I got so much to do. How am I going to get it done? It's still in the back of mind, which means they're wanting to. Okay. They're a bit paranoid about their past at the moment. How do I, is something wrong? Am I going to be okay? Is everything going to be okay? There's a new, like, in their life, they feel quite excited about the future. They feel like they're ready to conquer the world. But then when they're away from you, they miss you. It's like, oh. They don't want you to worry. They don't want you to take things personal because they literally don't, they don't want you to get upset. There's a lot of changes that they feel you've been through. They do feel that you were upset relating to the holiday song. Oh, yeah. But again, it's the new year. Like, I was meditating upon it this morning, and it's like, some fools like me, we get into the year and go, I want to get my foundation down. It's like you're getting the mortar and the brick, and you want to, because it's going to set your whole life up for the rest of the year, right? It's like, now, do I want to go into Hades, or do I want to get as organized as heck? That's how he is. He's like, oh, I've got a lot on. How do I eliminate this? Yeah, it's like, it's a conflict of interest. It's like, okay, how do I just started a job. How do I do that? But the plan's there, and I do actually see if this person contacts you and says, right, I've teed it up, don't be surprised. But they're looking around their schedule and how to eliminate it. That's what they're showing me here. But is this person happy? Yes. They're happy. They're happy, intoxicated with you. Very happy. I don't know. You set a spanner in the works, though. Okay, if there was a karmic event description, I can tell you now. You relit this person's fire. They're like, I'll just use the name, Jessica who. Does that make sense? Even if this is just the person's thoughts of the past, and it's like not really ready to get in, whatever has gone down over the last 2-3 weeks between your energy, this person's like obsessed, happy, euphoria. So I don't think you got anything to worry about. When's the wedding? Oh, well, yeah, it looks like Donkey Kong to me. It's a little bit like a hot dog, giggle, tomato sauce. Who do we have next? Alison. Did I get? I'll pull you a card. How are you doing, Alison? Well, there you go. I can't even remember the name of that. So whatever that was all the way back there, it's like, that's good. That means shadow work's been done. Super busy. Well, you're a bloody Libra. I'm not surprised. We're getting the bricks and mortar down. I've been thinking about you during the week, Miss Allison. Yes, I saw your social media. I'm like, I might need to hire Allison's services. She can do my social media for me. Allison's like, Yildiz, I'm too busy. I'm up to here. What do you got? Oh, okay. First thing they're showing me is who pissed you off. I keep thinking about you. Yeah, probably because we're psychically tuning into each other. Is somebody at work is very jealous of you. You'll sell me a house. Sounds good. I got a friend in America who's going to make me a dummy cake. Right? Because she's really great at cake. Cynthia, I'm coming for you. Allison's going to sell me a house. Okay, you've got all these new chapters popping off, right? There is somebody around you at the moment that is jealous of you, but you're not going to take none of their shit. Okay? They're seeing how quickly you're advancing. They're seeing how quickly you're taking things on board. You're not going to let anybody hold you back this year. You've got goals. You've got really big goals. And you're like, I don't know what you're doing. It's like, I don't know. Does it feel like I'm going to become a millionaire? The attitude is, yeah. The attitude's pretty much like, look, I'm here. If I know what I'm doing, I'm extremely organized. It's almost like I guarantee you have Virgo somewhere in your chart pretty heavy. I'm telling you, look at your chart, because once you get things down packed, it is so methodical and neat. You're going to be like, excuse me, let me get this done. You're getting a lot done, but you don't have time for pettiness, okay? Yeah, you're like, look, I don't have time to the left. I have too much to do. You want to fight? I'll get myself out of it. If I fall down, I'll pick myself back up. They're feeling like they're getting left behind, and they may suck up to you. I'm just saying. Your love interest also is stalking you at the moment. They may be coming to town. I'm just saying, I'm seeing you in your location around your family walking on a street. Now, this is weird. They're actually showing me. I mean, Allison, what's the weather like where you are? Because this person either has already seen you, but this would have been in summer. I think they've already seen you. And it's holding a cup. I feel you had a cup of coffee or something, some beverage of some description. I'm feeling walking away from the office, but I'm seeing a streetscape. That's all they're showing me. But this person looks like they're actually watching you. Okay? Nothing bad, Heather. You're just not going to take any crap. Yeah, so there you go. So it could be soon. Because I know there's certain places in the world where it's like you pretty much a summer 24 hours a day. Anyway, I'm seeing you walking from the office. They're making a reference about your mother. You could be meeting her for coffee, meeting her for lunch, helping her with her house. You know what I'm talking about. Something there, but I feel a meeting, and that person is actually on the same street. That's what they're showing me. Hope that helps. Tell me how it goes down. You'll PM me. Deborah. Was I correct, Google? Yes. Deborah. What are we looking at, Deborah? Just pull the cards. Cancer man. Yeah, you're next, Star. Cancer man, I'm at the Shore House. Oh. So is that a question or is that a statement? I'm at his house. He was here for New Year's Eve. More than likely. Look, if you know they're in a relationship, our fear can be that the person's not going to choose us. The only way you're ever going to know is to pull the pin. In truth. Is to say, look, I'm actually looking for a relationship. I'm moving forward. Let's see what the cards say away from this. But 90% of the time when we know that there is like a karmic, a third party, our fear is this is the best we can get. And it could be, sometimes it can be due to we're empathizing with them because we can see maybe they have a relationship, a tribe, and it's like, you know, I've been where you've been, I empathize and understand. You know? Oh, really? Oh, detox. Yeah. I'm telling you, when you stop making yourself like, you just like, you know what? As soon as they feel you're not waiting around and that you actually are single, they are not. You have options. Ask Dawn. They do get jealous. But it doesn't mean stay in your corner, be a good girl. No, use your bloody Lilith. Actually stick up for yourself and say, no, I physically am single. I physically can do what I want. And if you can have a robe next to your robe, well, I can get a robe next to my robe. Thank you very much. You know? There's changes here, right? You're like, could jealousy have come up? Yes, but you're kind of like, really? Really? I feel you want to have a conversation with them. Okay, from the cards, it's showing that you want to have a chat and say, look, can I just clarify on this, like where this is going? I think you may be a bit reluctant, sorry. I don't feel you're like, how do I put it? I don't feel you're quitting. And it doesn't mean that the connection's not there. Does that make sense? Just because we can have a feel of how to address things, we're only ever going to do what feels right to us. Okay, you're like, if I go and say something, is this going to mess it up? No, I don't think so. I think you can candidly have a chat, not while you're angry. Well, sorry, but you're coming through as a goddess. Seriously, is the anger going to get less? No. Because if you're presuming you're going down, if you know there's a karmic and you've been given the keys to a house, are we angry at ourselves, especially if we know there's a third party? Technically, because we're like, is this ever going to change? But if we know and we're doing it and we know that person's there, if we've heard maybe some excuses from that person, yeah, at some point I'll leave this. Yeah. If they've said they've separated, yeah, 100% you've got the right to be angry. But you're like, I don't want to rush in, but regardless, you're still going to be angry. All right? You can control it and have adult in it. But don't go in with the intent to sugarcoat words to appease the person. You know, I'm using the wrong words here. If I hurt this person's feelings, they're never going to see me again. That's more to do with a child. That's not a reality. Because, like, you can have friends. I've had fights with people. We tell each other the truth. But that's all authenticity. You know, that's not, I can't say we have fights. We stick up for ourselves. We're very strong-headed females. Like, that's not my view. Okay, last but not least, let's see. You're worried that if you say something dull, it's going to leave you out in the cold, but you were already well and truly ready for a new beginning. Don't distrust your new beginning. It doesn't mean that person's not coming towards you or that it will never be, but it means that you may have got to a point that you've outgrown the old cycle. And that's what it's been shown to me here. Because you do want to move forward. You do want the person to. I think you're kind of waiting to see if they say anything, but I think you're automatically going to say something. Okay? Marie. Is it Marie? Hey, my lady. What's happening? What would you like to know, my love? What are you not seeing? Okay. Their energy is very, it's a little bit too quiet for my liking. It's a bit of a flat line there. Something to do with a child or something to do with a new beginning. They're not a Leo, are they? Just trying to think. Hi, Cancer Moon. Okay. So, Deborah. Get the mouse out of the way. Yes, Leo. Bloody knew. Oh, shit. Okay. Now, I want to know, A, is this your concern that they're going to have a child? Or because there are possibilities at the moment. As soon as I saw the child, I was like, is this person a Leo? Because the zodiac's are Leos. Watch out. You could get pregnant. Okay? Pregnancies. Are you worried? Look, pregnancy also could be creativity. It could be new beginnings. It could be, romantic revelations and changes. They're trying to have the strength to move forward. It could be a current already child that they have. But there are fertility aspects that are coming up. It may be due to financial obligations. There's issues at the moment. Issues with home, changes in home. They are looking at the past, but I feel if you're going to get communication, it will come in between now and next month. But I think whatever this is, there's something to do with money here. It could be a transition, a job they're going through. But in a sense of communication, I feel it'll be towards mid-month and mid-next month if you're going to get communication. This person at a foundation level wants to walk out the door, but they're dealing with a few things at the moment to get their ducks in a row, but I feel they've already accepted something. They do want a new beginning. So the child energy can be a physical new beginning, a rebirth. Don't be surprised if the message comes through in social media because we've got the gossip card. But I also feel there's something going on with a karmic that maybe they are with or dealt with. And there could be gossip coming up for them as well, like something they've done. But I just feel the person's like flatlined in the sense of they know what they're doing. It's a shock to their system that they've reached the end of their tether with something. Yeah, but they just feel they're ready for a new chapter. There's a bit of I wouldn't even say sadness. I don't even feel sadness. All hope that makes sense. Are they trying to have the courage to reach out? Yes, I think so. But lots of changes coming up for them. Dawn. Paging Dawn. How have you been, Dawn? How have you been, Dawn? Have you been behaving? How's business going, miss? How is business? You got Lady Luck on your side. You probably don't think so. Well, whatever you're doing at the moment, you're getting your ducks in a row. Yours is, look, I'm going for gold. You're like, I'm going to make my dreams come true. I don't know what you're doing, counterpart, but I'm going to make my dreams come true. Need to work on. Yeah, well, you're thinking about what those things are. So with the star card as your crowning energy, I feel you're like, okay, what are my hopes? What are my dreams? I do think you could be thinking, when's my star going to come? But I've got a good feeling for you, Dawn. I have a feeling that you're like, look, I'm going to make you sweat. I'm focusing on this. If I have to look at you as in the past position at this point in time, you're being realistic with your heart. You know you have options, and you're like, look, you know, you can come towards me. Yeah, you can come towards me. This person's very jealous. This person is feeling very worried about the fact that you are moving forward. They do appreciate you. They do know that they upset you. They do want to talk to you about it, but they also know you're not taking any crap. So if they're projecting or anything like that, you're just not going to have the patience. You're just not going to have the patience. Yeah, just mirror back when the person goes quiet. Sometimes I answer a lot of questions relating to twin flame path on, I think it's Yelp. Oh, I can't think of the page. And they were saying if the person's ghosting you, is it a sign of a narcissist? It's a behavioral energy. It's like a trained behavioral energy that the wound theoretically is I'm going to retract back and not express how I feel. And so we form a coping mechanism and then another coping mechanism. And so, yes, ghosting is not healthy, but it stems from a personal experience of shame, anger, lack of control. So they go into hermit mode. How do you mirror that back? You do exactly the same thing. You do not correspond. You leave them be. You're like, okay, my father taught me how to do this. You know, he'd go quiet and he wouldn't talk to my mum for a week if he was cross. And it was very childish. I love you, Dad. God rest your soul, but it was childish. But it was handy because working in the nursing industry, which is very behavioural and energy, you pick these things up. So you mirror it back. And one time at band camp, he loved banana cake and he would always request a half a cup of coffee. And so I made those things for him and I hid them around the corner, and we were living together after him and my mother broke up, and I walked into the living room with my cuppa and a very large piece of banana cake with lots of butter, and it wasn't mine. As in, I did it more so to trigger him because I knew he loved lots of butter on his banana bread. And I started eating it, and he just looked at me and he goes, bitch. I said, oh, we're talking now. So leaving that person just stew on it, and then they come to you and they talk to you like your best friends again and nothing's ever happened. You do the same thing. Do the same thing, especially if you've upset anyone. When they come back to you, it can look a little bit bipolar. Just act like nothing's ever happened and move forward. And they go, why do you do that? Oh, well, you show me how to do that. Okay. Are they having crap at work? Yes. You're like, look, I just want quiet. You did hit a lull. You did hit a lull. Have you thought to yourself, this person's never going to leave the karmic? 100%. Have you considered your options? Yes. Are you thinking about, I don't think you're going to the depths of the depths, but you're looking at things. It's almost like you're peeling the rose-colored glasses off and you're looking at it, okay? But you're going to get your star. You know you're going to get your star. But yeah. I don't have a bad feeling, Dawn. Have courage. Have courage, because we've got the full card here. We've got the Eight of Wands. You know, I don't know. I think this person's moving. But does it look like this person hates their job right now? They're glad they have their job because they have a bit of a break. This person is thinking about you. They do know that they it's almost like having a relationship with somebody on the 5D and having a relationship with somebody on the 3D. And they want their cake and eat it too, but it's because they don't want to upset anyone. They know that they can't have that. Okay? So now which was given for a while, but cycles change. You know what I mean? You're ready for that new chapter. It's being ready for that new chapter. We're in a new cycle. And so you're like, I've been there, done that. Oh, t-shirt didn't like it. Okay, we're moving on to the next chapter. And they're like, I can't catch up yet. Well, you're going to have to, because that's what's happening. Does that make sense? So they're catching up. They're a bit bitter to do with it, but it's because they have to accept the fact that something's changed. Sophie, have I got the right person? Oh, the real Empress, is it? Where are we at? I'll come back up here to Giggles one. Who have we got? We've got Dawn, the real Empress. I didn't even say that there. It's probably because I'm looking at all the highlighted sections on my side of the screen. Hope that helps, Dawn. They're making reference to that website, woman. How are you doing, Dove? What are you getting done? Who are you helping out, the real Empress? You got somebody here that you're helping out. Somebody going through a hard time at the moment. Are you feeling somebody's energy at the moment? I'm glad to hear. Whatever you're dealing with this year is going to be bigger. That's all they're saying with that. They're like, make sure you say that. It's probably business. Okay, you could be feeling, you could be very susceptible to energy coming the next 3 weeks. Okay? You're being very cautious about the steps that you're making. Is somebody, look, I don't think this is your energy, love. Is there somebody you're dealing with at the moment that you think they're bloody stupid for their choices? Is it frustrating? Is this a child or a sibling or somebody that you're currently dealing with? Because this is a heavy energy coming through. Something is frustrating you. Could even be your love interest, and you're looking at them going, is this person ever going to move? But there is something in the mix here that, and I just don't think it's yours. I do not think this is you doing something silly, doing something foolish. I feel this is somebody else. Don't think it's you. I mean, yeah, no, I don't. It is not yours. Who is this person? Anything ring a bell? Pardon me, hydration necessary. Look, it could be somebody that you deal with in a client sense. Are you making any major decision at this point and you think, I am not dealing with anyone like an annoying neighbor? Are you being critical of yourself then? Or are you about to make a decision and you're thinking, okay, I need to be very careful? It's like you're addressing something very methodically. Like I was saying, I was doing at the beginning of the year, it's like putting bricks and mortar down correctly. It's something here you're tackling in a very practical manner. Yeah, whatever this is, this could be a major idea that you have, and you're like I said, you're putting the bricks and mortar down. I feel there's two options, okay? There's two options here, and you're having to take quite a tactical approach. One way you feel is more risky than the other, but the rewards could be there massively. So you're weighing the pros and cons of circumstance. Could this be a business idea? Could it be a method you're going to address? It's almost like you don't want to repeat last year. That's what I'm hearing. You've learned something. You want to apply it. You want to test the theory out. I'm seeing paperwork as well. You want it to be very strong, whatever this is. This could even be to the point where you're getting somebody else involved, where you want to talk to them and get their opinion. Could be a professional of some description. There's nervousness here, but I don't see it going poorly. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm not dealing with... You're a jack. Not dealing with anyone like an annoying yoga. Most of yours is coming up as Coretta. Is there a particular question you have in mind? Like, it doesn't look messy, yeah, but you've got the tactical approach. I think if you continue to go down that route, you're going to find a solution. I do think one of the ideas is really good. I don't know why I'm hearing the term disclaimer. It could be that you are needing to protect yourself in some shape of what you're doing, how you're doing it. It could be like a copywriting tool. It's a reserved sort of a situation. And this is not legal advice. This is just something that they're showing me psychically. Feel free to book a reading otherwise. And I get that you might have started off where there was a lot of people involved in the circumstance, but I feel you're going to be going solo. Yes. Yeah, just be best time to probably do any of those things is, I would say, after the 12th, after the 18th, and I would say after the first week of February, because Uranus and Taurus goes direct. So still working on them behind the scene. You'll more than likely find clarity will come by mid-month with these things. Especially this week, we're going to have light bulb moments. So journal them down, step back from the painting. There's several, okay? But it's also look at time. Look at time. They mentioned disclaimer, so protecting your ideas. I feel you need to, okay? I feel you need to. Yeah, and that's another thing that you're feeling is you don't want this to fail, okay? You don't want it to fail. You don't want to get into conflict at a level, But just be careful of prying eyes, because they're saying these ideas could be really good and people can pinch them, okay? We'll love you and leave you there. Have fun with that one. You've got luck. You've got your energy. Whenever I tune into it, it's very rational. It's very creative. So I don't think you'll ever have an issue in that department. Does that make sense? Kerry, how are we doing, doll? That's okay, love. Yeah, it is. You got good ideas. You're being wise to look at it from the abundance point of view. How are we going, Kerry? What are you bloody? Oh, okay, you could have some things coming up this week. You've got a lot on your plate. Thanks, Giggle. Appreciated. I'll have to be quick because I've got clients today. Okay, you've got a lot on your plate. You know, you're trying to keep out of the low energy. I think when you're busy, that's okay, real Empress. I think when you're busy, you're actually getting that forward momentum, but you've got a lot. You could be getting a little bit frustrated. Some panic attacks could be coming up, but I don't think, I think they're going to pass. I really do. These sacrifices can be for family. Don't get up in your head, okay? If things are popping back up, just focus on your job. Focus on the things that are taking you to bliss. Because it's going to muck with your psyche. But I do think also, I don't know, I see happiness around the corner. I see excitement and happiness. A lot of shadow work here. But I think once you get busy, it's not going to be as heavy. This person is actually thinking about you. You're thinking that they're not going to have the courage to talk to you because of what happened in the past. But it's going to pass. It's going to pass. Yeah. The positive thing is they're turning up as the Emperor. So I don't have a bad feeling. I do think this can be a very, very active week for you. A very busy week. You could lull into a little bit of down energy. There's a lot of money from the past is coming back to you as well. This can be through your own given efforts. So have a great week, Kerry. Sophia, how are you, my love? And I recall you putting your question up further, I think. Is Sophia in the building? Happy New Year, Sophia. Okay, there's something going on with this person. Okay, they could be dealing with, you're getting frustrated. You're like, has this person worked it out or what? I think it's something going on with you, Joe, because initially what tends to happen is we get to a space, we're coming into the new year and it's like, look, okay, the status quo, is it or isn't it working, right? So the frustration that you have is this a good investment? Is this worth fighting for? That's something that's coming up in your mind, right? Hi, Dal. Could it feel a bit down? You're frustrated. You know, you're frustrated. You want to see things smooth. You've got the Two of Swords relating to the past. How am I seeing this? They're very attractive, actually. This person's very driven. I don't know if this is in their own life or their career. They're very driven. They've made sacrifices to get their life where it is. They're making reference to when you were in a karmic relationship. What the heck does that mean? How long have you known this person? There's two energies here. Okay. What I'm saying is this person is quite different to how they were years ago. That's what they're showing me. It's very strong. Very strong. In relation to you, I also feel two energies around you. Okay, did you have, are you in a relationship right now? I'm just establishing what the cards are showing me. Because there's two energies. They're making reference to two energies, but I feel they're making reference to a previous karmic relationship. Is that person in your life any longer? Because I do feel they're exiting stage of a situation. And that they're making reference to how that made them feel. There also could be, yeah. They're different in vibration, but this karmic cycle, it's like it's been a lot, right? It has been a lot. Are they kind of growing in a sense? Yes, I do feel so. They know that something needs to be left out in the cold. They've had to do their shadow work as well. But there's a nasty piece of work here, okay? This could be a person that is set to get quite a lot, all right? And because of that, it's like sort of the analogy is I made my bed, I got to lie in it. Does that make sense? They're in a very, now, doesn't mean that they're rich, not necessarily. Yes. So you've been recovering, but still it's the energy of the karmic energy. That's why I say sometimes the masculine can be in a relationship, but technically feminine is too, because they're doing the purging in, you know, the psychology energy. So it's like they're haunting us. The energy of the past relationship is haunting us. So simultaneously, masculines are doing it inside the connection, feminines are doing it inside the mind. But there is an out. Now, this person, they're a bit of a problem at this point. This is quite a heavy karmic. Not to the point where the person's held hostage. Do you get what I'm saying? But the link to the time frame from a financial point of view, I'm feeling, you know, it's problematic. I don't know why they're waiting on communication now. If you communicated with them, you're waiting for them to respond back. But there's something to do with communication they're making reference to. I don't know why I get they're looking into divorce. Or it's that they're broaching the subject. Let's ask. Something's made this karmic pissed off, I'm telling you. Yeah. I am being shown that this week you could feel quite up and down. Like it's almost like hot and cold. I'm going to get a phone call. I'm not going to get a phone call. I do think this person is going to contact you. They're mentioning 3. Now, that could be 3 weeks. Hi, Dale. 3 days. But this person is going to contact you. Could it be after the... No, I feel it's going to be before they decide to exit stage with this. I don't know why I get they could be sleeping at work. There's a separateness between the two energies. So I feel that this person is quite focused on their goals, being a provider, doing their thing. This other person is aware of you. I'll be perfectly honest. I feel they're aware of you. but there could be something to do with the transition with a home. Okay. Love and light. Take care to all of you. I will see you next week. And we'll dive deeper into the twin flame connection. And hopefully we'll all feel a little bit better by that stage. What date will it be? Oh, we should be going into Mars direct. We're probably going to be ripping our hair out. So, if you need a booking, you can go to the link directly below. The members Twin Flame Week 3 are going to be out this Sunday. If you want to join us, you can in the Members Hub. And we do have the chat room up there in Discord. The first level is the chat room, but the top level, 90% of the members are in and they have a good old yarn. So come through and join us. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.